Tonight, a horrific incident of lynching of a mentally challenged Muslim man in India, and a lawsuit against the US government for approving a visa waiver for Israel. We cover stories about meeting between Indian and US diplomats amidst the Canada dispute, a Canadian university to return donation money from a former Nazi fighter, and a business networking event for Muslim entrepreneurs in Ontario. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Syed. In a very disturbing incident in New Delhi, India, a mentally challenged Muslim man has been brutally beaten to death by a Hindu mob. Muhammad Ishaq, who was 22 years old, was targeted yesterday on suspicion of stealing a ritualistic offering known as prasad during a Hindu festival. The offering allegedly stolen was a banana. The attack took place just 3 lanes away from Ishaq's home. The victim had been tied to an iron pole with a leather belt before being mercilessly assaulted. Later, Ishaq succumbed to his injuries at home. The assault, shared widely on social media, has led to public outrage and demands for justice. The police has registered a murder case and arrested 6 individuals in the attack. The incident sheds light on the disturbing rise in assaults and mob lynchings in India, primarily targeting Muslims. These incidents have been growing in number since the Bharatiya Janata Party came to power in 2014. Many of these attacks are linked to suspicions of cow slaughter. The practice is banned in most Indian states due to the sacred status of cows in Hinduism. While the police have taken action in Ishaq's lynching, Muslim activists and neighbors express their concerns that such incidents have become alarmingly frequent. They say these incidents reveal a concerning shift in how some Hindu segments practice their religion. The victim's family, despite their grief, hopes for justice and an end to violence against the Muslims in India. The American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee has taken legal action against the U.S. government. The committee alleges that the U.S. is discriminating against American Palestinians by including Israel in its visa waiver program. The lawsuit says that by imposing restrictions on Palestinian Americans, the U.S. is violating the program's principle of equal treatment for all U.S. citizens. The American Arab and Palestinian citizens say they face discrimination while traveling to Palestine. To be a part of the program, countries must offer reciprocal privileges to U.S. travelers regardless of any other citizenships that they hold. For Israel, this would potentially entail providing Palestinian Americans with unrestricted access at its airports and when entering or leaving Palestinian territories. However, Israel currently imposes limitations on Palestinian Americans that it does not impose on other U.S. citizens. There are also other restrictions on the movement of Palestinians across checkpoints into the occupied West Bank. Palestinians also face harsh interrogations and detentions at airports and land crossings. The lawsuit alleges that the U.S. government disregarded the requirement of equal treatment of all citizens by allowing Israel to establish different classes of citizens and treat them unequally. India's foreign minister is meeting with his U.S. counterpart, Antony Blinken, in Washington. The meeting comes amidst a diplomatic spat between India and Canada over the murder of a Sikh community leader. The State Department spokesperson confirmed the meeting yesterday. He says the U.S. is, quote, encouraging India to cooperate with the Canadian investigation. During his visit, the Indian foreign minister has a series of meetings planned. These include discussions with the White House officials, members of the U.S. administration, and interactions with the Indian diaspora. Experts say that the U.S. will not get deeply involved in the row, and the situation may ultimately benefit China. Sikh community leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot dead on June 18th in Surrey, British Columbia. He was targeted in front of a Sikh temple. So far, no arrests have been made. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said last week Canada had a credible intelligence linking Indian agents to the murder. India, however, has denied the allegation as absurd. It has stopped issuing visas to Canadian citizens due to what it calls security threats. Both countries have also expelled each other's diplomats. Trudeau says he is not looking to provoke India and has urged Indian officials to cooperate with an investigation into the killing. Please stay tuned. We will be right back after a short break. The University of Alberta is returning a donation from the family of a Ukrainian man who fought for the Nazis in World War II. It is the same man who was erroneously honored in the Canadian Parliament. The university is expressing regret for any harm caused by accepting the endowment in his name. The donation was made in 2019 and amounts to $30,000. The vice president of the university says the institution is committed to address anti-Semitism in any form. The 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian received a standing ovation during Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's address to Parliament in Ottawa. It was later revealed that the Ukrainian man had served in a voluntary unit with Adolf Hitler's forces. The university says it is assessing how it names endowments and handles donations with a focus on aligning these practices with their values. In a bid to support Canada's Muslim business community, a networking event was held last week in Mississauga, Ontario. The event, which was organized by the Kerala Business Network, aims to provide Muslim businesses with essential tools for success. During the event, a gathering of Indian Muslim diaspora discussed the challenges faced by businesses in Canada. They also discussed the hurdles faced by Muslim businesses in India due to political tensions. Salman Akhtar, the innovator of the Kerala Business Forum, shared the forum's vision. And Taha Ghayur, the executive director of Justice for All, emphasized the importance of advocating for positive change in the community. The Kerala Forum says it acknowledges the need for unity amid the global challenges. The organizers envision a brighter future for participants through discussions, sessions, and networking. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Sound Vision, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad.